Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got
What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a good day today, y'all. My day is going good. I cannot complain. Listen, we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 7. And the name of the episode was called Dynasty, Diamonds, and Drama. They should have named it Dallas, Dynasty, Diamonds, and Drama, because Dallas start with a D, right? But you know, sometimes players mess up. Listen, oh my God. This episode, I still feel like I'm like in the instant right now. Give me a sec. Well, I'm here. But I still feel like I don't have a full, this is my type of crazy, right? I see K. Michelle, right? This is my type of crazy, and I know what she meant. And so I'm just gonna be, listen, I can only come down here and give y'all my truth, whether it's popular or not. And I feel like it ain't gonna be popular, okay? But you know, listen, to be honest with you, after the girls started getting ready, I was really through with the episode, to be honest with you. It was so much going on. I was through with the episode by the time I honestly, truthfully, didn't even think that we was gonna even make it to no Gala. I honestly, truthfully, didn't think we was making it to no Gala, baby. It was a lot going on, okay? But I gotta say this, though, okay? A lot of this stuff that you are going through, you caused on yourself. You did. But, you know, I'm with you. But you caused this on yourself, okay? But before we get started, let's see who all in here, and we're gonna talk, okay? But let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, April Morgan, what's good? MNT styling on the budget, what's good? Madison Holly, Rob J, what's good? This is not the show for K. Michelle. She can make this her last season. Rob J in the city, baby. Listen, baby, K. Michelle gave us some good TV last night. She gave us some good TV last night. I don't care what y'all say, baby. Magaline Lamar, what's good? Shayla, Richie B, what's good? YDKL, what's good? Somebody tell K. Michelle to say their names and leave it at the playground. Absolutely. Ray J, what's good? Miss Bella, what's good? The Informed. Keeping it real pretty. 265, what's good? 3 Buckhead, what's good? The Informed. Q, what's good? Print Fayaz. Beehive. Velda Sorrentino. Chelsea B, what's good? Miss 01, EHC Bunny, Miss Lovely T. Lee Jug. Shayla, what's good? Enlightened Soul, what's good? Melissa Brown, what's good? I'm torn. It's Porsha deliberately throwing shade on those. Oh my God. I don't know Melissa Brown. We'll talk. Adama J, what's good? Monique King, what's good? Writing in Jazz, what's good, Troy? Michelle, what's good? Sarita, what's good? Nita, Cameron, what's good? Desiree, what's good? Yes, Punk Puss. Yeah, Punk Puss. Color Me June, what's good? Tony Sutton, what's good? Sweetie Pie, what's good? Linda Marshall, Tanya. Precious, what's good? Lady Virgo, what's good? McKay, what's good? Sexy Goddess, what's good? Divine, what's good? Mary, what's good? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Hey, Gabor, can y'all hear me? Ready for your take? All that crying. Y'all can hear me, right? Let me know. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Thank you for the super chat, Monique King. She said, oh, Punk Puss. Oh, Punk Puss. I thought I said Funk Puss. Their arrow pointing to Carrie. No, I would never. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And let me say this real quick. Once I forgot who it was. It either was my mama or it was one of my really close friends. And she has told me before, and I don't want y'all to, you know, growth is a beautiful thing. I have grown. And thank you. Shout out to Mrs. D. Green. She said that she has seen the growth, right? She has seen the growth of me. I'm not saying that I'm above talking about, the female parts. I have before, but I have grown since then. Either my mama or a close friend had told me there are so many things that can go wrong with the vagina. You shouldn't even just judge it. You get what I'm saying? And I say, you know what? That brings us into this world You know what I'm saying? You're right. You're right. We ought to not talk about it. We ought to not talk about it. So salute. Shout out to growth. Shout out to growth, right? Now, I'm not, I have been there before. I have been there before, so I don't want y'all to think that, you know what I'm saying? But growth is a beautiful thing, and we got to talk. Listen, it's going to be some stuff that we're going to have to say in this review. It's going to be some stuff that we're going to have to say in this review because K. Michelle brought it to us, baby. Okay? I'm going to try to be as much, I'm just, you know, I just got to talk about what happened on the show. That's what y'all want me to do, okay? But again, we are here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 7, and the name of the episode is called Dallas. I'm putting Dallas on it. Dallas, Dynasty, Diamonds, and Drama, okay? So the episode started off with the continuation of Porsha versus Kelly, right? Porsha had just accused Kelly of wanting to scissor with her, and Kelly said, "Girl, I don't want that hot chili cheese Frito pussy." Right? And Porsha said, "Girl, you know that's a motherfucking lie." And Kelly said, "Girl, please, ain't nobody trying to scissor shit. I don't scissor." Okay? Now, Porsha said that last year after they went to Grenada, they went to Miami and they went out and hung out. And she said that she went and she took a little hoe bath, right? And Kelly got to look at the platinum puss, and she heard Kelly tell Shamea, "Oh, I want some of that." Okay? She heard Kelly tell Shamea that she saw her puss and said, "I want some of that. I want some of that." Okay? And she said afterwards they was on the elevator and Kelly asked to come to her room and watch some TV or something. Right? And she said when the elevator got to her floor, she curved her. She said the troll tried to climb a tree that night and she wasn't going to have it. Okay? Baby, listen. Child, I watched What Happens Live last night, and Shamina was on there with Rosie DeMari, right? I thought that it was DeMarie, but it's DeMari. I should have known not to put no extra flavor on it for Rosie, right? But I was expecting Andy to ask Shamia what happened that night, right? And I wanted Andy to ask Shamia straight out. Did Kelly say that she wanted to eat her pussy? Right? Did Kelly say that she wanted to eat her pussy? Or she wanted to have her some of that or not? You get what I'm saying? But Andy didn't ask her, right? And unfortunately, I don't believe anything that Shamea says anyway because she's a liar and she's a loser and she would not have told the truth on Kelly, right? We're literally watching Shamea run around and saying that Phaedra said that Pinky eat meat or she's a meat guzzler and it was really Kelly. And that's no accident, my friend. That's no accident. So I don't listen. I don't trust anything Shamea say, okay? Now, I gotta be honest. When it comes to Kelly wanting to sizzle with Porsha, I believe it.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I believe, listen, it ain't that I believe that she tried to sizzle her. I believe that something happened, right? For Porsha to say, "Now, you know that's a motherfucking lie." And Kelly replied, "Girl, please, ain't nobody want to scissor shit." It tells me that something went down that night and Kelly knows what she's talking about. And notice that Kelly did not call her no lie. Pay attention to the language. Pay attention to the language. Porsha said, "Girl, now you know that's a motherfucking lie." And Kelly said, "Girl, please, wasn't nobody trying to scissor shit, girl. What was you trying to do?" What was you trying to do if you wasn't trying to scissor? Wasn't nobody trying to scissor shit. Wasn't nobody trying to scissor. Pay attention to the language. Some flirting and stuff went down. You get what I'm saying? Now, she probably didn't want to scissor her, but you know how people act after they get curved, right? You know how people act after they get curved. Listen, I believe that it's not, I'm just telling you, I'm paying attention to the language, and I really believe that Kelly, something went down. Something went down that night. Pay attention to the language. 13 go 13. Thank you for the super chat. She said, "GGABOR, I hope you've been meditating consistently." I ain't even lying to you. I have not, but I need to start. Okay? But I believe it, okay? Kelly did say, though, I got to be honest, Kelly did say Porsha is incredible. I'm not talking about her being incredible. I'm talking about what I've seen Trish Love from the body language and the conversation. From the conversation and the body language, I think that something was said. Something, Dina, I promise you, baby, I will not come down here and troll you. I promise you, she needs to get some. I promise you, baby, I would not come down here and troll you. I actually believe something happened. It was some flirting, something went down. It's not that I believe Porsha. I don't believe nothing Porsha say, but it was the language when Kelly said, girl, wasn't nobody trying to scissor shit. It gave me that something happened, right? I probably, you know what I'm saying, rubbed on the titty a little bit, girl, but I'm really trying to scissor you. I wasn't really trying to go all that far. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm picking up from it. Something happened. Something happened. I don't know if she wanted to take a bite out of Hello Kitty, right? I don't know if she wanted to taste the hot chili cheese Frito pie. Something definitely happened. Basically, your assumptions and telling it if it's the truth. No, I'm just saying that I believe that maybe a little flirting. That said something happened. Yeah, Kelly got real high pitched too. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what happened. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Suez Canal. She said that's why Shamea didn't go home to her baby. She didn't want to share Porsha with Kelly. My God. My God. Oh, Shalom. Oh, God. Okay. Now, I must say, if I saw this, I wouldn't want to read around Porsha because, as K. Michelle is going to say later on in the show, it's just not safe, right? Let's just say this isn't true, right? The fact that a night out with Porsha can end up being twisted into something like this after what transpired with her and Candy is dangerous. This is not safe. This is not safe. Which is why I don't do the whole changing clothes in front of a motherfucker thing. You get what I'm saying? Because my thing is when you dismiss yourself from these type of scenarios, nobody can circle back and accuse you of something 20 years down the line, and this person did this to me and they did that to me. When you dismiss yourself from these type of scenarios where people are undressing in front of you, no matter if they're the same sex or not, nobody can come back and accuse you of nothing years later. Message, right? Nobody can accuse you of nothing later. And if I was Kelly, I'm being honest with you. If I was Kelly, I would have this investigated. I'm sorry. Okay? Porsha tells Kelly to continue to fuck on that married man. He will never give you a dime. Kelly says, what married man? And Drew says, maybe she doesn't know that he's married. And Porsha says she knows 1,000% that he's married. She tries to call him and shush him. Okay? Porsha said that, we made up. I sent you some flowers. You didn't want them, put them up your ass. And so Kelly says, look, I don't want them and I don't need them up my ass. You the one who need a rose. Okay? So then Phaedra says, you know what? I haven't seen people talking about their roles anymore. And the conversation changes and some of the women talk about their experiences with the roles. And this is on national TV, y'all. This is on national TV. Shamea even had to say that she had to get the roll out of her house because she wet her bed. Girl, you got Shiloh coming. What's the other girl named Shiloh and the other girl with the S? You get what I'm saying? Girl, they looking up to you and you on TV saying stuff like this. I don't like it. And it's not that I'm a prude. And my mom, my mama is still living, right? And so even though I'm grown and my mama wouldn't say nothing to me, I just think that if your parents start knowing what you're doing in your bedroom, you kind of doing too much. You get what I'm saying? I just would never get on national TV and say that. I'm old school. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry R. He said, the toxic waste coming from K. Michelle behind is also not safe. But here we are. K. Michelle begged to be on this show. Deal with it. Okay. RHOA has turned us soft. Yes, it did. Way too much. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Okay. So the girls get to talk about the roles. And so K. Michelle say, so everything okay now? And so all the women say, yeah, we all good. And Kay says, so y'all just really tagging to each other's asses. And then the next moment, it's all good. And Cynthia say, sometimes, and sometimes it lingers. Okay? And K. Michelle says, I don't understand, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Girl, stop.
K. Michelle, stop. I'm sick of it. I see the game K. Michelle is trying to play, and I've said it ever since episode 1. She is trying to act like she is above the drama, right? And I could understand if this was K. Michelle's first time on a reality show as a whole, but this girl comes from VH1. She come from VH1. And it's no secret that VH1 is looked at like the hood, right? Love and Hip Hop is looked like the hood because Mona is black and Bravo is supposed to be the pulled up girls, right? Because Andy is white. So it's supposed to be, our people can be sick and they look at Bravo as better than, right? But see, I still remember when Real Housewives of Atlanta came out and they was called $1 Million Hood Rats. Right? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember. See, I've been here since day one. I remember when Real Housewives of Atlanta first came out, baby, and they was called $1 Million Hood Rats. I remember they was called $1 Million Hood Rats. And the people in Atlanta didn't want the Real Housewives of Atlanta to represent them. They said these girls didn't represent them. These ain't nothing but $1 Million Hood Rats, right? And so I feel like K. Michelle is trying to play into that narrative and trying to make it seem like these girls' behavior is something that she's never seen before, right? But K. Michelle, baby, this is something you never seen before, baby, because you're used to worse, girl. You used to worse. K. Michelle, stop playing in my face. Girl, stop.
Playing in my mother face. I hate that.
And my thing is the girls are not standing up. Because K. Michelle would have never been able to play in my face like that. She would have never been able to play in my face like that, okay? So we get to the restaurant. Cynthia tells them to order whatever they want. And they started having conversations about Cynthia's Gala tomorrow. And Pinky is nowhere to be found, baby. Pinky is in the restroom drunk. Throwing up. Pinky is in the restroom throwing up, okay? Cynthia says that she needs to go and check on Pinky. And Porsha says you might want to go check on her before you get in trouble. You might want to go check on her baby before you go get in trouble, okay? So Cynthia goes in the restroom and she asks Pinky, is she okay? And Pinky say, girl, your tequila works.
Attending a birthday party.
I don't care what y'all say. I love Pinky, okay? So Cynthia goes to get her ginger ale and she's done for the night. Pinky came out of that stall, baby, with some shoe covers and she was stumbling, baby. I don't care what y'all say about Pinky, baby. Y'all could never make me hate Pinky. I love that girl. But I did find it interesting, and y'all let me know. Did y'all find it interesting that nobody from her crew went to go and check on her? Did y'all find it interesting that none of her crew, Shamea or Kelly, went to go check on her when she was in the restroom throwing up? Nobody checked on her. Nobody checked on her. Cynthia went in there all by herself. All by herself. Baby, they didn't even go bring the bitch a piece of bread. They didn't even go bring the bitch a piece of bread. Okay? Girl, please, and you over there trying to windmill for them. Girl, I need you to find me some real friends, Pinky. Because me and my friends, we really ride with each other. Okay? Now, someone ordered some oysters. Now, I've never ate any oysters in my life, but one of my faves, every time she sit down and eat, she always order the oysters. Can y'all tell me which housewife it is? Every time she sit down and eat, one of my faves, she's one of my faves. It should be a hint. She's one of my faves. Every time she sit down, she always order the oysters. Let me know who she is, okay? So Porsha is checking the oysters, and she checked one and said, that vagina's clean. And then she checked another one and said, this one has a sin. And when she said it, I just seen this look come over K. Michelle's face. Marlo, girl, I don't even consider her real. Mrs. D. Green got it. Giselle, every time Giselle sit down, she ordered oysters. Every time Giselle sit down, she ordered oysters. I don't know if y'all noticed that, okay? But yeah, K. Michelle had this look on her face, and she didn't have the look on her face when the girl said, this vagina is clean. She had the look on her face when she said, this one has a sin. I said, wow. Okay, so Shamea asked K. Michelle, how was she feeling? She seemed so upset on the bus. And K. Michelle said that she feels like that she's trying to be holy, right? It's a lot of stuff that she be wanting to say, but she don't. And Shamea said, I want you to feel like this is a safe space. And K. Michelle said, this shit ain't safe. Y'all be beating the hell out of each other, okay? So Porsha says, look, my intentions are not to have the conversation on the bus with Kelly. My intentions is to try to have individual conversations. And so Kelly said, look, let me speak for myself. We are in an uncomfortable space with each other and we're trying to digest what happened. In my opinion, I believe that Kelly actually started that conversation, right? But see, she didn't have enough puss to go ahead and call Porsha out about not attending her event, right? She didn't just come out and say, well, Porsha, I feel a certain type of way because you didn't come to my event and fuck them flowers. You supposed to show up, right? She didn't say that. So Angela had to basically call her out. You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, try to assist her. Girl, what you trying to say? Right? What you trying to say? Who you trying to call out? Who you talking about? Because they like to be passive aggressive. They don't know how to stand on business. They don't know how to stand on business, right? And so Porsha said that she had to check herself. She didn't want to be talking about her businesses opening and closing, and she was disappointed in herself because it sounded like a spell, and she doesn't wish that on no other woman, and she wants to take it back. And Drew said, "Wow, baby, I love it. You know, I will wow motherfucker in a minute. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you see, you know what I'm saying? Have y'all? Let me be quiet. You know when you see something, when you around your family members and they bring the babies and stuff out, and something that look right, I just be like, oh wow. I remember I was at work one time when I was working security, and this boy had came in, baby. He said right in the middle of the metal detector, baby. I said, wow, oh wow, okay. Porsha suggested her and Kelly may need to have another conversation, and Kelly said, look, we good where we at, okay. And Porsha said, I respect that, okay. So Drew asked Kay what had her feeling a certain type of way, okay. Kay Michelle say, can I say something to you, Drew? And Drew said, yeah. And she said, girl, I've been very standoffish with you because you keep saying, oh, she know my friend Black. I really don't know that man. The only how I know that man is because he be in my DM and he be in my sister DM, my little sister liking her stuff. And I got a whole husband. I don't know nothing about that man. Okay? So Kay Michelle says that when she was entering this friend group, the talk around Atlanta was that she was trying to connect. She, as in Drew, was trying to connect her to Black. Okay? Now, Kay Michelle has been married for 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. And she keep on saying, I got a husband. I got a husband. Shout out to Diva. I got a husband. My husband. My husband. Baby, just because you got a husband, that don't erase your past. Just because you got a husband now, that doesn't mean it erased your past, baby. Because you definitely got a past.
You do have a past. Everybody sitting up here has a past.
You have a past, baby. Just because you married, it doesn't absolve you from the men that you dealt with before. And I also call bullshit on Kay Michelle's story. Because at first, you said that he was in your DMs trying to talk to you, right? And you forgot to say that you was replying to the DMs. Right? You forgot to say, oh, I got a picture of Kay Michelle. I got a picture of the table. My bad. My bad, fool. You forgot to say that you was replying to the DMs, right? Because you was replying to the DMs. Then he was in your DMs commenting on the cake that you was baking. Right? He was commenting on the cake, but the cake that you was baking. And now all of a sudden he in your sister DMs as well. Kay Michelle, stop. Kay Michelle, stop. Stop. Okay? And my thing with Kay Michelle, girl, you didn't keep it G. You didn't keep it G, baby. And now the story is coming back to bite you in the ass. Oh my God, not your ass. I'm just saying, you didn't keep it G, and now the story is coming back to bite. And as our good sister Monique said,
see, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
The clown comes back to bite, right? If a nigga tried to talk to me in my DMs, I would never sit around a group of people I don't know like that and divulge that type of information, right? Because it's inconsequential. It doesn't matter, right? But she wanted to get on here and tell what Black was doing, and she didn't want to tell what she did. And now she's upset, and I think a little bit more happened. Now, do I think they ever met up or anything? No. But Kay is upset because she only wanted her version of what happened to be the gospel. Right? But we'll get there later. We'll get there later. Okay? Thank you for the super chat. Richie, he said, Kay doing the absolute most from this episode. Go back to VH1. My God. Is that a trash bin? My God. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Kay is married to someone she don't want to be married to on a show. She don't belong on a base that don't even see it for her. You keep bringing that up, Black and Ralph, more than anyone else. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Q. Okay. Drew said that she doesn't know where that is coming from. She said that she said it to her once. It's not something that she repeated or said multiple times. And she said it for the first time on the bus the other day. And they showed a flashback, and K. Michelle was continuing. She said, why would she say that? And Drew asked her, was Black flirting with her in her DMs? And K. Michelle said that he was throwing hearts under her pound cakes that she be baking. Girl, K. Michelle, stop, girl. K. Michelle, I don't know you to be a baker. I don't know you to be Betty Crocker. I don't know you. K. Michelle, you got, and then my whole thing, you gotta stop. I hate when people play in my face. I can't stand for somebody
Playing in my mother face. I hate that.
That man was not under no goddamn cake photos of you. He was not in there under your DMs over you making bundt cakes. He was not. Stop it. No. Thank you for the super chat, Yvette Khan. She said, love you, Gabor, and I love you back. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm a baker. I'm about to start on the cake after this live. Right. I hate quit playing and making it. He was on the cake that I baked. Because I guess the cake that you got on your ass didn't rise. I don't know. I don't think they left it in the oven long enough. I don't think they left it in the oven long enough, baby. It didn't rise, baby. Thank you for the super chat, Q. He said, we sure anybody want to eat out of her kitchen? You know everything she got going on. Thank you for the super chat, Q. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Where we at? Okay. Drew says that she doesn't know the nature of their relationship. She didn't know that he was in her DMs and that he can be in her DMs because he's single and he's in a lot of women DMs and they're not together. Okay. So Cynthia says that it sounds like y'all really like each other. Right? It sounds like y'all really like each other. And Drew says that he probably does like me, but I don't know what the future holds. I have so much going on. I can't even make another man happy right now. It's enjoyable to have someone that's not going to kick, that's gonna kick it with me and balance me out. Drew, wasn't you just on the bus the other day saying you just love him? Now you don't know what the future holds? What's good, Rosie Posey? What's good, Kwame? What's good, Smack? What's good, Nene? What's good, Antho? What's good, Divine? Right? Wasn't she just on the, am I tripping? Wasn't she just on the bus the other day saying that I just love him. I just love him. Did she just say that? Now, while Drew is talking, Shamea has these side comments talking about it take 5 minutes to make a man happy. And she was on the phone with that man for 3 hours. You have to care about somebody DMing. You know what I'm saying? And K. Michelle tells her to stop. And she says, okay. So, to what Shamea is saying, I get what you're saying, but not necessarily, right? We don't know what Black is providing for Drew, because from what she is putting out there, he pulling up like he's Santa Claus, right? He got gifts for her, he got gifts for the kids, you know what I'm saying? So she could just be collecting from him, and I really care about what he got going on, as long as he's sending her gifts, right? Right? That's what I think. Just because she on the phone with him that long don't mean that she really care about him. Thank you for the super chat. Linda Marshall said, did you know that her husband didn't want to be there? He looked annoyed. He always look annoyed. That give me this is her best friend in elementary or something like that. That man ain't into this woman, child. I would rather say, I don't know if he in the woman. I don't know if he, and I don't even want to put that on nobody, okay? So the ladies asked if there's anything else that needs to be said. Drew says that Shamea is whispering stuff to Kay, and then the women get up and leave. Now, as the women are leaving, K. Michelle asked Shamea what is wrong with her. And she was like, what you mean? She said, I'm trying to have a clue by your mom, and you over here being real shady. And she said, you're never going to be cool or make up with Drew if you keep going. And so Shamea says, she throws digs and I throw them back. But Shamea, what you're doing is not throwing digs, because they wasn't even loud enough to be heard. Those wasn't digs, baby. It sounded like you was whispering under your breath, and only K. Michelle and the people on your side of the table can hear what you was over there saying. Right? It sounded like you was over there whispering under your breath and you wasn't really saying what needed to be said. Right? That's what it sounded like what was going on. Because who needed to hear you? Drew, she didn't hear you, so it wasn't no dig. So it wasn't no dig. And my thing is, when Drew threw a dig at you and talked about your mammy, when she talked about Johnny Taylor, she said it to your face. When she talked about your mama, she said it to your face, baby. Said it right to your face, okay? Now, K. Michelle calls her out. She says you was trying to create a new beef. Talk to her and leave it. Right? And she said, I didn't say nothing to the girl tonight. And that's the point. It's passive aggressive. It's punk puss. You weak, baby. You weak, baby. And K. Michelle said, girl, you had your own commentary tonight, though. You had your own. And shout out to K. Michelle for holding the girls responsible. Right? Shout out to K. Michelle for holding the girls responsible. And I've been on here 30 minutes already, and we still on the first night. Okay? And so Shamea says that every other minute, thing one and thing two wants to bring up Porsha, and she talked about Angela and Drew. And Bravo showed flashbacks. And yes, they brought it up. Drew at the restaurant last episode, and Angela in episode 1. But what does that have to do with the conversation tonight in Dallas? What does that have to do with the conversation that we had this at what is it, Parasidio? What does it have to do there? That literally had nothing to do with what K. Michelle and Drew was talking about. That literally had nothing to do with what K. Michelle and Drew was talking about. And while we added, since we're got to go back to episode 1 to talk about what Angela talked about in episode 1, do you know who else had something to say about your relationship with Porsha?
You little hobbit.
The little hobbit. She also had something to say in episode 1, where Bravo had to reach from to find footage of Angela bringing up Porsha to you. She also had something to say in episode 1. So what are we doing, Shamina? You always want to play a victim role. Whatever was going on with you and Drew at that table had nothing to do with Porsha. That was between K. Michelle and Drew. And I think that the reason why Shamea is so bothered by Porsha being brought up is because she knows that is the reason that she's on the show, right? She wants to be able to stand on her own independently of Porsha, but no matter what she does, whether her and Porsha are friends or not, she will always be in her shadow because Porsha was here first. You will always be in her shadow, baby. Sorry. It's going to always be brought up. You're the engine that never could. You're the engine that never could. What do you think that we want to talk about? Gerald don't want to be on the show. Hate to see Johnny Taylor. You get what I'm saying? We don't want to see the kids either. Please, God. Girl, what you got going on? Don't nobody care. Nobody care about you like that, Shamina. Nobody cares, okay? K. Michelle tells Shamea, you didn't grow up in the hood, did you? And Shamina said no. And K. Michelle said, yeah, you need to be dropped off because you will be on some other shit. Meaning, girl, that shit that you doing with the right type of bitch would have got you popped in your mouth. Right? With the right bitch, that shit that you pulled in here would have got you popped in your mouth. Right? Right? Basically, K. Michelle was telling her, if you got something to say to her, say it and leave it there. But stop picking at the girl before she fuck you up. Quit picking at that girl before she fuck you up.
Message.
It's only so much a person can take. It's only so much a person can take. And you keep on picking at the girl. If you got something to say it. But you're not about to keep on bullying me, baby. You're not about to keep on having little bitty side comments every time I say something. You over here. I hope I get my shit. Oh, shallow. Girl, please. Girl, no. Okay? So we wake up. It's the next day. Right? The next morning, the girls are having a beatless breakfast. Shout out to Kim Fields. Shout out to Kim Fields for giving the girls inspiration. We had a beatless breakfast. Okay? My girl Pink is oh, I got pictures. Hold on. We're having a beatless breakfast. And what happened? At the beatless breakfast. Oh, Pinky is feeling better, okay? Pinky is feeling better. She said that she was dehydrated the night before, and she thanked Cynthia for checking on her. And shout out to Cynthia, because that's what a good host should do. You should check when you invite people to Dallas, or you invite people on a trip and they not doing good and they're not feeling good. You need to be checking on them. So shout out to Cynthia for being a good host at some point, okay? Because the girl coming over there and you ain't got no vegan options for her, that was wrong, Cynthia. I'm sorry, okay? Now everybody is at the breakfast table except for K. Michelle. And so Angela said that she knocked on her door, but she didn't answer. And so Phaedra went to go check on her, and Phaedra came back and said that she's just relaxing. She'll be down in a minute. What the fuck you mean she relaxing? We shooting a group scene. What the fuck you mean she relaxing? Get your motherfucking ass downstairs. What are we doing? And this is why Porsha them can't be no anchor of no show, because I feel like y'all walking on eggshells with K. Michelle. But I remember, put a 5 in the chat if y'all remember when Kim Fields used to lead the scenes and stuff, and the girls had so much to say about Kim Fields. Who the fuck is K. Michelle supposed to be? Who the fuck is K. Michelle supposed to be? If you're gonna get, thank you, S Lover. If you're gonna get over here, you gonna play the game and you gonna act like you gonna play right. You ain't special. You ain't special. Girl, we done seen you, baby. We know you are, we know that you come to work if you have to, baby, because we seen you get out the hospital bed with a leaky booty and get down to the nail shop. Came through dripping, drip. Came through dripping, right? So we know that you will get up and work when you want to. We know you'll get up and work when you want to, but baby, everybody ain't about to be, the fact that you got up with a leaky ass and came down to the nail salon, but you didn't come down to dinner because you didn't have no makeup on, and now you talking about you ain't feeling good, girl, get your ass down here to breakfast. You get what I'm saying? Who the fuck you think you is? I would have went down there to couch, girl, get your ass down. Who do you think you is? Okay? So K. Michelle comes down, and then Angela asks Kate about the comment that she made the night before at dinner when she said that she didn't feel safe, and Angela asked her, is that true? And K. Michelle said, no, and then she started crying. Girl. And when she started crying, Angela just dropped her head. Did y'all see the way that Angela dropped her head, baby? Angela was laughing on the inside, baby. Angela was laughing on the inside, baby. That girl, the way that girl just dropped her head, baby, that shit was hilarious to me. I love Angela, y'all. Y'all gotta be watching y'all listen. That's why sometimes you gotta put the phone down and just look at the screen, because it'd be good. You'll miss them. Okay? It's okay, Michelle crying, and she said, y'all can sit here and act like y'all care about people when y'all be sitting here plotting and trying to do stuff to people. If I know that a motherfucker sitting here plotting on my hurt, I'm not gonna smile in your face. I know exactly the whole plot. Nobody gotta be plotting against me and smiling in my face. And so Angela was like, well, what is the plot? And K. Michelle say, you know who you are. K. Michelle, baby. Girl.
Say their names. And if not, like I told Lennar before, keep it on the playground.
Say their names or leave it at the playground. Say their names or leave it at the playground. K. Michelle literally got tears in her eyes. And everybody is looking around like, what's going on? And I'm looking like Phaedra, girl, like, baby, what's, like, we already got Pinky 2 episodes ago coming to the table real rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? And now we got this girl coming to the table talking to Casper. You know what I'm saying? What type of background checks is Barbo doing with these people on this show? You know what I'm saying? This can't be the pulled up girls over here, people talking to the wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because she surely put no names on it. She didn't put no names on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right? And so, K. Michelle says everybody might not know. And Angela said, I don't know. And I personally, I would not have cared until she started crying. I really would not have cared until she started crying. And Porsha tells K. Michelle, look, I feel responsible. I brought you in this group. I want you to get to know everybody. I don't feel good about this. If I got to deal with this for you, I'll deal with it for you. Tell me what's going on, even if it's me. And I got to keep saying, because up until this point, we have seen Porsha do nothing but affirm and support K. Michelle, right? And here she's doing it again. She's doing it again, right? And so Michelle says that she can't do it right now. She's not in the space and she'll get mad. Girl, you already mad, girl. You over here crying. You already mad. You over here crying. Okay? And so she says that, you know, she knows the little jokes, and I want you as a person to know that you're a low-down motherfucker. And that's why you ain't got shit. I see every goddamn thing.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Baby, that's what I'm talking. Baby, this is good TV. This is good TV. This is what we want to see. However, Michelle, it's coming off like punk puss. It's coming off like punk puss. It's giving me, it's an imaginary motherfucker. It's Casper in the room. It's giving me like you see a friendly ghost or something. You know what I'm saying? All this shit that you talking with this aggression, it don't mean shit. I'm from Texas. And we got a quote. We got a saying in Texas, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. Right? And so we happy that you got this bass in your voice and you got this bravado, but it don't mean nothing, mama, if you don't put no name on it. It don't mean nothing if you don't put no name on it, okay? So then we get K Michelle in the confessional. And she said that last night after she left dinner, somebody called her, Casper, I guess, told her that there was a plot and a plan this whole time from these ladies, okay? She said one of the plots was to imply that she was with Black. And there was another plot to talk about a rumor, a disgruntled ex made about her a couple of years ago. And it was about her pussy. It was about her pussy. Okay? And she said, I already know the blogs you contacted. To read that and go and spread that is disheartening, and it shows the character of these women. Right? And so Porsha says, look, it's only 8 of us here. You can't tell us who's saying something about you. And K Michelle said no. And so, you know, I'm girl, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be around here coddling K Michelle. This is a grown woman, right? And if she ain't got enough puss, oh, I almost said something, but I can't do it. If she ain't got enough puss, it's too easy. It's too easy. Don't do it. You don't do it. Growth. Growth is a beautiful thing, right? If she ain't got the right type of puss. If she ain't got the right type of puss to say who she talking about or say their names, then I'm not about to beg the girl, baby. I'm not going to beg you like Fantasia. I'm not about to beg you like Fantasia. I'm sorry. I'm not about to beg you. I'm not begging you, K Michelle. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. Thank you for the super chat, Isma7639. She said, K is the crazy granny that gets sent to the home. My God, talking to herself. Talking to herself. Okay? So Angela says that she's looking at Shamea's face. She said this in front of Shamea. She said, Shamea, I'm looking at your face, and it's the same face that you've been making, right? And I told y'all before, I can't stand no bitch that sit around me and be making faces. I just can't control it. That's bullshit. A whole conversation can be interpreted by the way a friend, a quote-unquote friend, is holding their face. A whole conversation can be, if somebody is reading you and your friend is sitting right next to you, and somebody make a statement, and your friend can confirm if whatever this person said about you is true or not, just by the face that they made. Don't come around me, Mister. I can't control. Don't come around me. Don't come around me. Okay. Shamea says that she knows that this group likes to manipulate and fabricate shit, and it's annoying. So Angela says, "So you know what she's talking about." And Shamea says that she knows what she's dealing with, and she confided in me and a few other people. And Angela said, "Well, why would you hide that from the group?" And Shamea said, "I'm not hiding anything, but what I am doing is being a confidant and a friend." And so Angela says that she feels like Shamea knows what's going on, and she's not saying anything. And Shamea says, "I do, and as a friend, I would never tell her secrets, because that's what real friends do, right?" And so K Michelle said after the dinner, she went and talked to Shamea and Kelly and told them what the girls was doing, the plot to take her down.
What? What?
A plot to take you down? Baby, you was never up. You was never up. K. Michelle, baby, you taking yourself down on this show all by yourself. You taking yourself down on this show, baby, all by yourself. The shit that you have said on this show, baby, I would have never said. Never. Okay? Now, I will say this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, and there's too much going on, so we got to break it down, okay? And this is why I say that K. Michelle aligned herself with the wrong team, right? If my friend had came to that table crying the way that K. Michelle was doing, then we talking about it, right? I think that K. Michelle came to the table and she crying the way she doing because she needed a little backup, right? And this is why I respect Big Pink. And my hat will always be off. My hat will always be off to Big Pink. Salute the Big Pink. Right? Because I'm pretty sure Shamea and Kelly didn't put no battery in Big Pink back to go down there to the table and impress Cynthia, but she sure went down there and did what needed to be done. Right? She went down there and she held them down. Right? And we got this girl sitting up here crying in y'all face and y'all not trying to hold her down. Baby, we about to get some answers around this month. I know you told me not to say nothing, baby, but at the point where you down here crying, then we about to talk about it. It's time to talk about it, girl, because you sitting up here crying about it as a grown woman, right? I also feel like Angela and the other women, we are talking about scenarios where the girl is literally crying, right? What I'm saying is I feel where Angela and the other women are coming from. We're talking about a scenario where this girl is literally crying. Are we going to keep the false narratives going, right? When she's coming to y'all about stuff and putting batteries, like, I think that what they're trying to say is when K. Michelle is coming to y'all with stuff, are y'all putting batteries in her back to keep her on y'all side? Or are y'all telling her, no, I don't think that that's what's happening? Or I don't think that that's right. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I feel, I don't know. I just feel like that if K. Michelle is coming to them, even if what K. Michelle is feeling that it's not real, they will still make it seem like, well, yeah, girl, I feel what you're saying. I don't think that they will come in and tell her. I don't think they will come and tell her, like, girl, no, that ain't really going down like that, right? But if I'm K and I felt something, ain't no way no bitch gonna tell me it didn't happen, right? If I felt something, it happened. I wouldn't give a damn who. Listen, I told y'all, I'm like Selena Daddy, baby. The whole Corpus Christi can come down and tell me that ain't what happened. I'll be like, yeah, it happened. It happened. You scared? I ain't scared. It happened. It happened. We just gonna have to agree to disagree, right? So Angela brought up Shamea had K. Michelle pinned up at the end of dinner last time, and K. Michelle said, no, I held her back because she was saying something about Drew. And so Porsha said that she heard Shamea say last night that there's no way Drew feels like that. And Drew said, why are you speaking on how I should feel? And Shamea said, I'm speaking on how I would feel. Shamea said, I'm speaking on how I would feel.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
See what I'm saying?
I thought...
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Girl, you done fucked up. You fucked up. And you being messy. And see, you don't got no... And K. Michelle should have seen right here, no, baby. If you was speaking on how you would feel, you wouldn't have had to bring Drew's name up. If you were speaking on how you would feel, all you had to say was, I know that if I was on the phone with a nigga for 3 hours, I would care if he was in a nigga DM or not. You didn't have to say, well, I mean, she's been on the phone with him for 3 hours, so of course she cares. You get what I'm saying? Punk puss. Punk puss, okay? And so Drew says, why are you making this about you? You have a lot of problems and a lot of issues, and it looks like you're feeding bullshit. And so Shamea said, you are the bullshit. What I am is a good friend. And if she confided in me, I'm not going to tell her secrets. But these aren't secrets. These aren't secrets, baby. These are accusations. These are accusations, and they need to be addressed, right? And so Porsha suggests that they let Kay sit in it for a minute, and they will talk about it at a later time, okay? Thank you for the super chat, Q. He say first she can't interact because her glam isn't there. Now it's Porsha and Drew and Phaedra's fault because she got a sardine. Pretty girls can't even eat an orchard and make a phone call. Thank you for the super chat, True and Blue 8850. She said, by the way, which side is Pinky eats meat again? Okay? So the groups break up. The groups break up. Okay? Now, we got K. Michelle, Pinky, Shamea, and Kelly. Okay? Now, they outside. Remember, K. Michelle home, her room is in the house, the big house. But they wasn't ready to walk to the pool house. And K. Michelle is crying, saying, it makes me so fucking mad. And K. Michelle said that it was something that Drew, Porsha, and Phaedra thought that they was going to address at dinner, okay? And Pinky said, not Porsha. And she was sitting over there rubbing your knee. And not Drew sitting over there looking stupid. And not Phaedra over there with a fan trying to fan you. And she was the first one over there to you. You get what I'm saying? See, this is the thing. You, K. Michelle, baby, this is how, baby, Kelly and Shamea are losers. Because I could guarantee the fact that you told them and they went to that table and they was quiet, baby, I could bet you my last dollar. I could bet you my last dollar. If you had told Pinky what went down at that table, baby, we would have a motherfucking show. We would have had a show. It was a show. But baby, we would have had a show. We would have had a goddamn showdown. See, you told the wrong bitch. You told the wrong bitch. You should have went and told Pinky. You should have went and told Pinky. Because Shamea and Kelly ain't going to do nothing. Shamea and Kelly ain't going to do nothing. Pinky would have did something. Well, now get up off her because y'all the ones who were saying what, right? You should have told Pinky before you walked in, baby. You should have told Pinky before you walked in, baby. And we would have had a scene. Right. We would have had a scene, baby. We would have had a scene. We would have had a show. We would have had a show. Okay? It's okay. Michelle say, that's why I'm mad. People be playing with me. And then when I get the custody, then it's okay, it's crazy. I don't think you crazy. No, she said, oh, then okay, it's crazy. Kay, I don't think you crazy. I don't think you crazy. Right? But what I do think is, I think that you're weak.
She's a weak bitch.
You're a weak bitch. You're a weak bitch. If I truly thought these girls was trying to get me, none of them would have been able to put their hands on me at that table.
Don't motherfucking touch me.
Don't put your motherfucking hands on me. Back up. Back up. Look, don't put your hands on me. I know what y'all trying to do. You get what I'm saying? I know what you're trying to do. You get what I'm saying? Please don't put your hands on me. I would have moved their hand right up off me. Phaedra, back up. Back up. You get what I'm saying? Back up off me. I remember how y'all did Candy. Baby, I would have gave them a show. Right? Don't put your hands on me. Keep your dick beaters off me. Right? Keep your dick beaters off me. Okay? K. Michelle says that she's heartbroken that she watched these women who have dealt with stuff and gossip in the past try and judge her. She said that the trauma that was caused by their rumor, it hasn't gotten better. And she can say that she's healed, but she's not. And she doesn't know when she will be. Okay. Girl, this stuff that you on here saying, baby, I'd have took that to my grave, baby. I'm just, girl, when I tell you the shit that K. Michelle is around here saying, baby, the girl would have to, for me to bring it up over here, baby, that girl would have to spell it out for me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay. She said that she's not going to keep letting them play in her face. Leave her be, because it keeps building and building. And when it gets to where it needs to be, she gonna curse them out. Like, girl, you're not gonna do shit. Girl, you're not gonna, first of all, baby, you cussed our Casper over there. So you cussing them out, it ain't gonna really do, you ain't really doing nothing by cussing them out. Right? You ain't really doing nothing. Like somebody scared of a cursing out from K. Michelle. Okay? And so Pinky, this is how I know that I love Pinky. This is how I know that I love Pinky. Pinky asked her straight up. Pinky asked her, is you gonna say something? And K. Michelle said, no. Evil people stay evil.
Hey. You're weak, honey.
You're weak, honey. You're weak, honey. See, Pinky got some of me. See, shout out to Big Pink. Salute the real bitches. Girl, you out here crying and shit. You don't win it now. Girl, you over here. Girl, you crying like Crystal. You crying like Crystal. You was in here at the table, girl. You opened your mouth. You tried to say no, girl. You opened your mouth and put a little piece of pancake in your mouth and you just got the crying, girl. Then you left out your house, you left outside, and you went to crying again. Your feelings is so hurt, and the girl asks you gonna say something. No. Evil people say evil. Girl, please. Girl, please. I wanted Pinky to say, you know me, I'm gonna go get the shit started. I'm gonna go get the you know me, baby. I would have asked her, I would have said, you gonna say something? She would have said no. I would have said, you want me to say something?
No,
you know what I mean? I could go, we could go back right, we could go right back in there right now. The bitches are just right there. The bitches are just right there. Which one of these bitches? You get what I'm saying? I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend. I'm gonna get the shit started. You want me to go ask them? I could take them. I could take them. Just don't let me get jumped. Keep it a one-on-one fight. Keep it a one-on-one fight. You know what I'm saying? But I could go take them. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Ain't no other bitch up here, nigga. Let's go. Let me see if that goes in the chat. Shit, who? You want me to go say something? Shit, tag me in. Shit. I'm ready for a round two. This bitch done told me she could throw a rock and hit 10 people. I need to redeem myself, baby. Fuck that. Who? Ain't no other bitch up here, nigga. Let's go. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I fuck with Pink. I fuck with Pink. Pink, shit. Who? I'm telling you, I was telling my friend, Trader, you want me to go say something? Bitch, I ain't scared. I got it. I know I got it. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Shit, who? Okay? So, K. Michelle say one thing I don't have. This is what she said in her confessional, baby. K. Michelle is talking like she's motherfucking Beyonce. Okay? K. Michelle is talking like she's Beyonce. K. Michelle say one thing I ain't got time for is people with no talent and no real business. You've been promoting synthetic hair over there off Buford Highway that never sold. And then you over there fighting over a home with a whole man in his basement. And you want to worry about me and what a man got to say about me and if my vagina smell like a sardine or a Glade candle? An 8-year rumor is how you gonna fight me? Do you understand how many vaginas I had in 8 years? I got it tightened, snipped, and tucked. But one thing she didn't say was clean. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, Kay. Oh my God. Then she said, this is married vagina. You don't even know this vagina. Okay, baby, and I say this with love. All you did was let me know that vagina was stanky at one point in time. All you did was let me know that pussy was stanky.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
All you did, baby. All you let me know was that it was that, you know, it had a kick to it. You get what I'm saying? That's what you gave me. Because I pay attention to the language, mama. I pay attention to the language. And this is the only thing that I will say about it, and I'm done. When she said you don't know how many vaginas I had since then, it kind of implies that, yeah, it used to have a smell back in the day. You get what I'm saying? But that was old and this is new. This is not that same vagina. That's what it gave me. That's what it gave me. And I know women who take pride in their vaginas and the pride of their odors, right? And their vaginas may have been a lot of things. But one thing they gonna do is clarify that they pussy ain't never stank. Right? And if it did stink, ain't no nigga smelt it. Ain't no nigga smelt it. And K. Michelle, you didn't do that, baby. It gave me that pussy had a kick. It did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mama. I just gotta be real with you. I gotta be real with you. Okay? And again, just because you married don't take away dare I say, it don't take away the smell. It don't take away from it, baby. Just because you got married, it don't take the past away. It don't take the past away, mama. I'm sorry. Okay, now, you know, that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I'm gonna give you, okay? Now, K. Michelle, you talk like you motherfucking Beyonce or Rihanna. You do. You be over here talking like you Beyonce or Rihanna, baby. Are you a bigger artist than Drew and Shamea? Yes, right? And I will never take that away from you. But if you was all that in a bag of chips, if you was all that in a bag of chips, you wouldn't have to be over here trying to pop off to a new audience. Right? You wouldn't be over here trying to pop off like a new audience. Popped like that BBL. You wouldn't be over here trying to pop off like a new audience, baby. Your voice and your talent would speak for itself. See, baby, you were not a Cardi B. You didn't get to what Cardi B is in. She said, oh, baby, I ain't got to do this no more. You ain't there yet, baby. And from the looks of it, you probably will never be. You probably would never be. So for you on this show, I feel like that you think that you're better than everybody on this show. I feel like you do. You act like you walking around and stuff like you better than everybody. I don't like it. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Scorpio Simone. She says Shamea really think that she's on baddie calling their house meeting before going out. Pinky husband can go to trash. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry. He say, imagine talking about Porsha, who has 2 businesses that are selling over 10 million and just featured in Forbes, while K. Michelle behind leaking begging to be RHOA because her music career is failing. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry. Do she got 2 businesses that selling over 2 million? What was the other one? Thank you for the super chat, Monique King. She say clean, wash, fresh, and none of that. Right. Right. What did she say? It was tightened? Let me see. What did she say? She say she got it tightened, snipped, and tucked. So that means it was loose also. Girl. K. Michelle. Okay. Okay. But K. Michelle, you need to. You really think that you're better than the girls, okay? Thank you for the super chat, True Blue 88. She said, but one oyster was clean and one was dirty, Gabor. What does that mean? What does that mean, mama? What does that mean? Okay? Let me know what that means. All she said was this one had a sin. Maybe a hit dog will holler. Yeah. Or a kick cat. Okay. So then we got Cynthia, Angela, Porsha, Phaedra, and Drew. Okay. And they said, look, obviously the night before something happened, right? And so they ended up checking K. Michelle's Twitter. And K. Michelle, that's how they know that they look at you as a punk ass bitch. Because for them to find out what's happening with you, they gotta go and check your Twitter because they know that you know what I'm saying? That when you be online, you be doing all of this, but when they come around in your face, you don't want to post up. So they got to go online to see what's going on with you. And they check the Twitter, and just as they thought, she wrote on there, if it takes a group, plot, or rumor to scheme to bring me down, when I am coming in love, you already lost the game and lost in life. But every girl on this show, except for Pinky, has been on this show before you. You on the same platform that they on. So are they really losing? Because no matter what you think that you have accomplished, they still see it beside you. This is not K. Michelle in the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. You don't got no show by yourself. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, not K. Michelle in the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's not that. Okay? Cynthia says plotting is such an interesting word choice. And when I think that when K. Michelle is saying plot, she means storyline, right? And we're gonna talk about it. It's just a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it, okay? So Porsha says that she's offended because she is the one who introduced K. Michelle to the group, and she feels that for K. Michelle not to tell her who is offending her, it hurts her feelings because she feels that she should trust her enough to stand up for her. Angela says that Shamea wears whatever she's feeling on her face. Whenever someone will mention Porsha or Kay, she will have an expression on her face. And she feels that Shamea still has unresolved issues with Porsha, and she's blaming all of the women for the demise of their friendship. Angela says that Kay has an issue with whoever Shamea has an issue with, and she's wondering if Shamea is putting a battery in Kay's back, right? I think that what they're trying to convey is if K. Michelle is coming to Shamea with an issue with someone that Shamea has an issue with, and it's not true, will Shamea be honest with them or will she keep it going? So in order to keep K. Michelle on her side, right? And I think that it also with Shamea, she keep on saying, I'm a good friend, girl. But girl, you told that girl that K. Michelle, that you told Kelly that Porsha fucked R. Kelly. You told her that. She gonna go say at the reunion, and we may not find it out by now. Mark my words, probably 5 or 6 years from now, we'll find out the truth when they fall out. Kelly will let her know. Kelly will let us know that she told her. But right now, she gonna try to act like, oh, I saw it in the blogs, girl. The only person I ever heard say that K. Michelle slept with R. Kelly was, Porsha was fucking with R. Kelly was Mims. I ain't never seen it on a TV show or nothing else. And that was because Mims was reading a book. That was the only person I ever heard say that them people slept with each other. Okay? Cynthia confirms to Phaedra that one of the women said that she eats dead people. And Phaedra said that she was shocked that she didn't like that. I didn't like it either. Thank you, Yaya, for the super chat. What's good, my nigga? She said, I thought Porsha was just being silly about what Kelly said about her cat in the Sprinter van. Kay is very insecure. You thought that Porsha was being silly about what Kelly said about her cat in the Sprinter van? Oh, baby, I didn't think that she was. You thought that she was being silly? Oh, I believe that, baby. I don't believe what Porsha is saying, but Kelly's word choice make me think that something more happened. Okay? Shamea is so lame. Shamina is so lame. The women are getting ready for the gala, and they are running late, right? They are running late, okay? And Shamea claims that she was getting ready to lay out by the pool. But how you getting ready to go out by the pool and y'all running late and y'all about to get ready for the gala, right? But she says that she can't stop thinking about breakfast, so she got on this bathing suit, and she's going to address the women in her bathing suit. Girl, you just want to show your body. You just want to show your body. Okay? Nice work. You look good. Okay? So Shamea goes into the main house and she called the women to come outside. Okay? She said she want to get something off her chest. She's not going to let people pop plan and manipulate her. The women feel like if they don't fuck with her, they have the right to make her their foul person, and it's not cool. She said that when she came to the house last night, she got the information from Kay the same time that Kelly got it. And Kay was upset as a friend. She stood by and listened. So now what she did was, and see, Kelly, your eyes should have opened. Your eyes should have opened, because what she basically saying, and this is what I'm saying, girl, all you had to do was get them hoes up off you. You bitches ain't you didn't have to drag Kelly into it. Yeah, what I basically heard is, y'all put it all on me, but y'all didn't say nothing about Kelly, and Kelly was there too. It was all of the energy for me, but nobody put it on Kelly. Did y'all hear that? That's what I heard. That's what it translated to me. It wasn't all on. It was Kelly too. It wasn't just me. Everybody just blaming me, but Kelly was there too. Girl, please. Okay. She said that her facial expressions are her facial expressions, and she see through the bullshit and manipulation and how they scheme and how they plot. All of this is coming from a woman who is going around telling people or telling Pinky that Phaedra said that she eat meat. You see the manipulation and you see the schemes and you see the plotting, but you're running around telling Pinky that Phaedra says she eats meat when it was your best friend.
Oh, okay, ho.
But you see them plotting. And scheming and manipulating, right? And so Shamea asked Kay to clear her name. She said, did I tell you about anything? Kay Michelle said, no. Shamea said, you came to me, and when I asked you who said it, you said, I can't tell you that. And when she said that, she mean the person who called her and told her that, right? And so she said, it's her business and she can tell it when she wants to. No, she cannot. You can't accuse people of shit and plotting and doing shit to you and be sitting up here crying, right? And then I know what they did, right? And also, Shamea, are you keeping the shit going, or are you being honest? Okay? Kay Michelle said there were some things going on. She hasn't gotten into full detail with it because she's not ready. She said it's a situation and it feels hurtful towards her. This person knows exactly the little comments and what they were doing, and they can play stupid as they want to, and it's all good. Just know I know. But baby, the girl is sitting right next to you. The girl is sitting right next to you. You looking like a punk puss to me because Porsha is sitting right next to you. Girl, I don't give a damn who sat there first. I wouldn't have went and sat next to Porsha. And if Porsha was sitting around here talking about me and me having a smell, if I really felt that way, when she sat down, I would have got up. Again, is there somebody in the room that we're not seeing that you're talking to? And another thing, you sitting up here talking about just know that I know. I don't know if you know whatever you're talking about because you ain't told me. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected, right? But the only grace that I can give K. Michelle is I can understand her not wanting to put that jacket on her back on this show. But the truth of the matter is, you talking about it, you already wearing a jacket. You already wearing a jacket. Baby, I would have never got on this show and brought up nothing about no phone puss. I would have never. They would have had to literally say my name for me to come on this show and put that on and to put that there. They would have. Okay. Now let's talk. Okay. Let's have real talk now because we got to break it down and then we're gonna get to the other part. Okay. Do I think that Porsha was making the joke about K. Michelle when she was playing with the oysters and she said this vagina is clean and this one has a scent? To be honest, I don't eat oysters or really know anything about them to get the reference, right? But I am familiar with seafood and how people use seafood as an insult about women privacy parts, right? And I do think that the oysters went over my head, but I would have never thought that Porsha was making a joke about K. Michelle, right? Now, do I think that Porsha is above making a joke about somebody's vagina? No, because we've seen her actually do it with Candy, right? When they got into it at the reunion, Candy said that Porsha said that she wanted to eat her till she came, and Porsha said, I never told you that because I could smell it where I was standing. Do y'all remember that? Put a 3 in the chat if you remember her saying that. Porsha told Candy, girl, I didn't tell you that, girl, because I could smell it where I was standing. Porsha, put a 3 in the chat if you remember Porsha saying that. So Porsha is not above. She can't come back and say, I would never say that about another woman. You said it before. You said it before. And even when y'all was sitting out on the terrace at that restaurant, and Candy said that you told her that you would eat her pussy till she came, you said, did I eat your rotten pussy? So you have made comments about, you know, a woman's vagina before Porsha. So it's not that I don't think that she's above it. I just don't think that she was making a comment about K. Michelle or she was shading K. Michelle. However, I can see why K. Michelle feels that way because K. Michelle was being shady last episode and I told y'all about it. Like I told y'all last episode, K. Michelle was being shady towards Porsha when she said, let's play flatline, right? She was being shady. And listen to what she say every time she get into it with a bitch. Y'all ain't got no talent. And let's play flatline. She was poking jokes at Porsha. Girl, you tried to sing and it didn't work out for you. You trying to make these career milestones, right? And I told y'all last episode, bitch, don't get to playing with me if I can't play with you. Don't get to playing with me if I can't play with you. We can't even tell. You get what I'm saying? Because when I say something back, you're going to say that I went too far. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. She was throwing digs and you can't take it if somebody, yeah, she was poking. I don't miss shade. That was and I said it last episode, girl. You ain't gonna like it when nobody get to playing with you because you sensitive. Okay? Now, K. Michelle did admit that it's trauma that she's going through and she's not healed, right? But the fact that people can't joke about oyster smells around you is crazy, K. Michelle. Again, mama, I would have never brought that story up on this show in a million years unless Porsha would have flat out said, girl, they said your pussy stank. That's what she would have had to tell me for me to even address the rumor like that. And K. Michelle, this is not a good look for you. Could y'all imagine Kyle talking? I mean, no, Crystal. Crystal is the type of person. Crystal let us know how she talk on the phone. We know what her conversations are like. Could y'all imagine Crystal on the phone, like telling her friends, oh my gosh, you guys have to check out the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They got this new girl over there from Loving Gangbangers, right? Oh my God, she's good TV. She had a BBL and she was performing at a award show and it popped. It popped and it leaked all over the backstage, right? It was infected, you guys. It was infected. And the next thing we seen, she woke up in a hospital bed and she was having surgery, a 2-hour surgery. Could you imagine what people are saying about this? And get this, The rumors is that her pussy smelled like sardines. Right? One of those rapper guys, I guess Little Boosie, got mad and said that she smelled like fish. You have to watch it. She's so entertaining. I could never. I'm telling you, those are the conversations that are being happened. Those are the conversations. K. Michelle, you did this. I would have never got on this TV, especially if the Bravo cameras wasn't there. They wasn't with you in Nashville. You went and told them people that your ass was leaking? Who does that? Then you went around here and told the people that you smelling like fish tater? Fish and potatoes? Shout out to Messy Maya. I would have never said that. You would have had to come out. It would have never came out my mouth. I mean, I know Funky Dineva said, baby, don't let nobody spray you with your own tea, but bitch, this is a whole new meaning. Baby, you would have had to spray me, bitch. You would have had to spray me, bitch, because ain't no way I would have went down there and said that, baby. It's giving me, girl, that you probably got to whip for yourself. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. Baby, ain't no way I would have went down there and said that. Ain't no way I would have went down there and said that. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have went down there and told on my. I wouldn't have done me that. I wouldn't have did me that. Thank you for the super chat, Big LA. She said, I'm not into T-Core, short in style. Porsha, yes, she did. Thank you for the super chat, Mrs. D. Green. She said, Porsha needs to stop. I remember what Marlo said regarding Porsha and her saying after the Bolo incident. According to Marlo, Porsha needs Vagisil. My God. Oh, Porsha. And she had the nerve to say, one of you bitches eat me tonight. Oh, baby, PJ ain't got a chance, baby. PJ ain't got a chance. Okay? K. Michelle said that when it comes to this black situation, Drew goes around and tell everybody that K. Michelle knows black. And Drew said, you know, I only said it to you one time on the Sprinter. And Cynthia said, the black keep on coming up and K. Michelle is bringing it up, okay? And so Drew said, baby, I said it once, and K. Michelle said, I'm not your baby. And so Drew said, what are you bothered about? She said, because I don't need you running around telling folks I'm around no man. And she said, I never told nobody that. And then K. Michelle said, I got enough men running around saying stuff about me.
Girl, shut up. You are making things worse.
K. Michelle, baby, you are making it worse, girl. What are the men running around saying about you? What are they running around saying about you? Mama, you are making it worse. You should listen. Baby, you should have stayed upstairs and went to sleep or something, girl. I don't know what's going on, girl. I don't, girl, you are making it worse, mama. What they saying? What the nigga saying? My God. Okay? So Drew started scooting up and K. Michelle said, so we scooching up? And so Drew got up. And she said, I never told anybody that. K. Michelle said, you don't know, little lady. And so Drew said, Drew said, don't you ever come at me like that on some bullshit. You got me fucked up. And K. Michelle said, oh, we want to stand up? K. Michelle, not only is she up, not only was she already standing up, she got up and she was already closer to you than she was before. She actually got up and walked up on you, right? And that's why I say, baby, don't touch me. Don't touch me, because this girl done got up and inched her way all up over me. You know what I'm saying? And now she's standing above me. So Drew is saying she's a lot. And let me tell you, baby, that Drew is a black Karen, baby. That Drew is a very, she will pull that. Oh, she's aggressive. It's very aggressive. That's what she said last week about Pinky. She's very aggressive, and she said that when Candy was getting into it with Marlo. She's aggressive, right? But baby, you the one that's closer to her, and I just got to keep it right. I just got to tell it right, baby. I got to tell it right, Drew. I'm sorry. I gotta. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Riri. She said I would have took it to hell if I was Drew and asked Porsha if Kay wet the couch when she was trying to jump up. My God. Thank you for the super chat, Riri. But see, I don't think that Drew them know that the booty was leaking. I don't think that Drew them know. I think only the OGs know. I think only the OGs know, and Pinky. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry I. He said, well, R. Candy does have friendly kitty. Everyone in ATL done had it, man and woman. I'm sure Porsha was telling the truth about Candy saying, oh, Jerry I, we're not going to do that. But we also know what Kelly was saying is the truth too, baby. She done sucked and fucked and scissored everything walking in Atlanta. Okay, let's not do that. We won't go there. Thank you for the super chat, Miss Mona. What's good? She said, let me send this day hello because I haven't seen this man in 11 years. I miss you, love, sir, but catch replays. Thank you for the super chat, Miss Mona, and I miss you too. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, Q. She said, was I the only one worried about Porsha on the same couches, drip, drip, and the guys running around Atlanta talking about you? Miss Get Around? My God. My God, but I guess she think her holding is deleted because she married me. Okay, Michelle, but it don't, baby. It don't nothing delete just because you get married. No. What do you need? No. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. It's not going to delete. It's not going to delete. Okay. So, Drew says, I don't even know. I don't know this girl. And Kay said, you don't know me, but you telling people about what I know? And Drew says, but I don't know you. And Kay says, this girl, this ain't TLC no more, bitch. And she said, TLC ain't my soundtrack. And so she started doing a little, don't go, Jason. You know what I'm saying? She said, that don't scare me. I'm more Yo Gotti and Tupac. And they started throwing insults. And K. Michelle says that she don't nobody want to hear about that basement no more. And it shows that K. Michelle is a fan, right? K. Michelle says, don't attach her to nobody but the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, okay? Drew goes and she calls Black, FaceTime Black, and she says that K. Michelle says that she's trying to attach K. Michelle to him. And Black says, why would you do that? Why would you want to attach me to her when you barely want to attach me to you? And Black admitted that he complimented her in her DMs before. And he said that all he said was, holy shit, Kay, goddamn, that's a nice pic. But my question for you, Black, is what is a picture of a baked cake? Or was it a picture of the leaky BBL? What was you taking a picture? What was you replying to? What was you replying to? Okay? Kelly says, what people don't understand is that Drew is sneaky and she's glad that someone is finally willing to call her out on it. Baby, let's do it. Let's do it. I've been telling y'all about Drew since she got on the show. Drew is a liar. Beautiful girl. Beautiful face. Let me say that. Beautiful face, right? Liar. Liar. Do I think that Drew has been trying to connect K. Michelle and Black? Yes, I do. Do I think that Drew has been trying to connect K. Michelle and Black? I do.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
Right? I think that Drew tried to play into that for her storyline because don't nobody give a damn about what she got going on with Ralph, right? And she actually did it last year with Porsha. And see, the thing is, I was the one who came down here last year and told y'all I seen Drew. And I see to the people that was here from day one, the people see, that's what I'm saying. It don't do good to be biased because you never know what's coming down the turnpike, right? I remember I was the one that came down here episode 1, and I went and watched the episode again. And I told y'all I seen the game that Drew was trying to play with Porsha. All of a sudden, Porsha was back on the show, and Drew went and filmed with Kenya. And Kenya was talking about being from Detroit, and Drew said, and I quote, "You know, Dennis is from Detroit." And Kenya said, "Dennis who?" And she said, "Dennis." And Kenya said, "Porsha's Dennis?" She said, "Yes, Dennis. You know, we're partners with my music. I'm so grateful for Dennis and who he has been in my life, showing up like my angel on earth. Literally, there are days I couldn't even get out of bed. And he was my reason for getting out of bed because I knew I had a session with him later on in the day. He was my saving grace. He's a very stand-up guy." She said that. He was the reason I get out of bed. He's my everything. She actually did it last year. It was her trying to sign her. Baby, let's be real. Drew coming back to the show, when we heard that they was revamping the show, I was surprised that Drew's name was on the list. I was surprised that Drew's name was on the list. We knew that Porsha was coming back, and they were supposed to. What was Drew here for? Drew has never gave us anything. She attached herself to Porsha's storyline with Dennis and was trying to play on her baby daddy. And what she wanted to do was make it seem like, well, you can't be mad that I'm doing this with Dennis being what you did to Fallon, right? But what I did to Fallon ain't got nothing to do with you. What I did with Fallon ain't got nothing to do with you, mama. Okay? But because of the hate for Porsha, y'all thought that Porsha attached herself to Drew. No, baby, it was the other way around. And I'm consistent. And see, that's the beauty about being unbiased, because you never know what's coming down the pipeline, right? I think that K. Michelle should have never said anything about Black in her DMs if nothing has transpired from it, right? It was inconsequential. And yes, her insecurity is showing because she's trying to overtalk it now. I think that Porsha, y'all can say what y'all want to say, baby. Porsha went and told Drew that Black was in Kelly's DM. And when they was on that bus and they started talking about Black, Drew looked over there to Porsha. Looked over there, Porsha was sitting between them. And she said, "You know him." And she said, "I don't know him." And did you see how Porsha looked? "You don't know him?" And tried to look shocked. Baby. Porsha was trying to be a producer and set it up. K. Michelle not crazy. She see the game that they are trying to play with her. They are trying to attach K. Michelle and this Black character for something to pop off later on. And that is why Drew know exactly how many times she brought it up on camera. That's why Drew know how many times she brought it up on camera. There is no way that y'all can tell me that y'all looked at the show in the way that Drew, did she point at her? No, that's the thing with you, K. Michelle. You put too much on it. If you had said, did you see the eyes and shit that Porsha was giving me when she said that? I would have been with you. But for you to be like, no, she was pointing at me and I said, don't point. You didn't say all that and she didn't do all that, right? She didn't say all that and she didn't do all that. But baby, they definitely been trying to put this girl and this man together. But you gave them that back. You the one who told them about it. You should have never said nothing about that man in your DMs. Okay? I think that Drew, and I don't think that it was that serious in the first place either. I don't think that Black was that serious in the first place. Now, I do think that Drew is using this as a storyline, even though we've only seen her say it once. She is seasoned on this show, and K. Michelle is not. So Drew knows how to play. But again, Kay, this is your fault. This is your fault. They have been scheming. Yeah, they've been scheming. I don't know. I just don't see enough proof if Kay is making herself look crazy. I don't think that she's making herself look crazy. I thought that she was making herself look crazy with the oyster stuff, but this stuff over here with Drew, I definitely believe it 100%. The fact that Drew even went and pulled out that phone and called him, and he gonna sit up there and say, well, why would she say that? And you not even trying to attach me to you. You putting too much on. It's too much chip on the dip. It's too much chip on the dip. Stop
playing in my mother face. I hate that.
I hate that. It's too much chip on the dip. It ain't required. Why would she try to connect me to you and you don't even want to connect me to girl? Stop playing in my face. It's giving scripted. It's giving scripted. Y'all look familiar. Girl, stop playing with me. Okay? Where we at? Porsha brings up at breakfast the plotting. She said that Angela said that Shamea was telling Kay stuff so that Kay could be feeling the way about her. Angela didn't say that. That's why I always say, baby, baby, I would have checked that shit. If you're gonna say what I said, say exactly what I said. What she said was whenever Kay and Porsha's name was being mentioned, Shamea would make a face. That's what she said. And so Shamea said it feels like they had a team meeting. You mean the same way that y'all had a team meeting outside? You mean the same way y'all had a team meeting outside? Y'all had a team meeting too. Y'all had a team meeting too, Shamea. Okay? Angela said that she told them that she thought that Shamea had told them that because it came back to her that Shamea said that her and Drew added to the demise of her friendship with Porsha. And why are we still talking about this? Shamea tried to make it seem like Angela had been talking about her and Porsha, and she hasn't. She literally Bravo literally had to go way back to episode 1 to find footage of Angela saying anything about Porsha and Shamea's friendship, right? They literally had to go back to episode 1, and at episode 1, Kelly was doing the same thing. So what is, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Who cares? The truth is nobody cares about Shamea. And so Angela asked her straight up, do you think I want to break y'all up? And Shamea says, I think that you're messy as fuck. And Angela was like, girl, you can have it. You can have that. You can, how you love that. Thank you for the super chat, feel good. He said, why don't Kay have smoke for Porsha or Phaedra? She is not going to have smoke for Porsha or Phaedra because they look at Drew like a weak link. They look at Drew like a weak link. All of that bravado that Drew was giving, Drew wasn't going to do nothing. Drew wasn't going to do nothing, and you knew she wasn't going to do nothing. That's why she missed the gala. Punk Puss, she got spooked. And she didn't want to get in the she didn't want to go and get in the van with K Michelle because she wants to make it seem like that she's aggressive. Right? Punk Puss. Okay? Shamea was talking shit behind Porsha's back last year. And that's just the truth. Shamea had all these pent up feelings about Porsha that she held in, even all the way from her wedding, right? Even all the way from her wedding, and she brought them on the show last year. Shamea was even the one who brought their mama's beefs on the show. And the Porsha haters will say that it was Porsha, but it was not. Shamea sat down with Cynthia and talked about their mamas. Talked about their mama's beef. And when Porsha saw it, she tweeted it and said, wrong road. Put a 7 in the chat if you remember. And you're going to call it the shit the right way. Put a 7 in the chat if you remember. Shamea was the one who went and sat with Cynthia and started talking about the beefs that their mama had. And Porsha seen it. And she said, wrong road, bitch. What you will not do is play with my mama on this show. That's what happened. I'm not going to speak on nothing I didn't see. That happened. That happened. It wasn't Porsha who talked about their mama's histories on the show, baby. It was Shamea. Shamea did that. Okay? So Angela is saying stuff that Shamea said about Porsha last year and not taking ownership. And it is enough for her to say that Shamea is messy. And then they go back and forth. Okay? Angela told Shamea that she was scared. Shamea said, oh, please, bitch, scared of who? And Angela said, tell her the truth. Turn around. That's your issue. And do y'all think that Shamea turned around to address Porsha? Y'all think she turned around to address Porsha?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Baby, she turned around and showed her BBL. She turned around and showed her BBL. You knew that she wasn't going to turn around and address Porsha because she had already been saying, well, you know, Kelly feels this way. Remember, that's only Kelly. Kelly speaks for Kelly. It's not us, it's Kelly, right? Because she already knows how Porsha get down. But it's so crazy to me because she knows Porsha more than we do, but I just ain't never really seen no ass whooping from Porsha. Now, will she fight? She'll fight certain people, right? She'll fight Cynthia. She'll fight Kenya. She won't fight Candy. She won't fight Marlo when it was time to fight Candy. And Marlo, all of a sudden, I changed. All of a sudden, I changed. But you running in alleys for other girls, baby. You ran in the alley for Jamie. Okay? Cynthia asked the girls to get in glam and go to the gala. Okay, she said, "I don't care what y'all do out there, but just get in glam and go to the gala." Cynthia, you did your big one on this trip. I gotta give it to you, baby. I gotta give it to you. This trip is. I have never seen a trip where all 3 episodes dedicated to the trip, baby, has been 9s and 10s across the board.
Come on, give it up! Give it up! Give it up!
Give it up! Give it up! Baby, you did the thing. You will be, Cynthia, I'm giving you your peach next season. You will be back next season, okay? Cynthia business partners, JC, comes to the house. Let me see if I got a picture of the girls getting ready. I think I got a picture of the, we about to speed through this shit. Okay. Cynthia business partner JC come to the house and his friend Joe is a gemologist. What is it? Gemologist. Okay. And the theme is Dynasty meets Dallas. So Joe is loaning the women's diamonds. Okay. He's loaning the women. I said women's. He's loaning the women diamonds. Okay. If I had to pick the best dressed, it would be K. Michelle. All right. If I had to pick the best dressed, it would be K. Michelle. She outdressed Cynthia. K. Michelle looked beautiful. Okay. Shamea looked the worst. Look at Shamea's head. Look at Shamea's head. That hair is all matted up on her motherfucking head. It didn't even look like the hair was combed. Was there combs in the pool house? Was there combs? Did you get caught in the rain? How is your hair so matted like this, Shamea? Okay, Kelly always look a mess. I didn't like Porsha look either. Okay, she recycled the dress that she had at the reunion when she was pregnant with PJ. Right, I didn't like it. It didn't look cute to me. I'm sorry. You know, it's sentimental, but girl, no. Okay, Drew had a headache, so she didn't ride with the women now. Okay, and baby, that gives me guilty. Not Shamea. Drew didn't ride with them because she had a headache. Gives me guilty.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. Drew not coming to the gala and getting in the baby. That's what we came to Dallas for. Because we gotta come to the gala. And you mean to tell me that you all of a sudden your head is hurting when you done been exposed? And I know the plot. And that's why you ain't got a motherfucking thing. Now you know that she was talking to you and somebody else. You don't want to get into the car no more. And now you got a headache. And to me, Drew, it was a rookie mistake. Because when you don't show up, you let the other people control the narrative. And that is a rookie mistake. When you don't show up, you let the other people control the narrative. And that is a rookie mistake. Okay? Now, it rained outside. And so they had to move the gala inside. Okay, now I ain't never seen no gala outside. I don't think I ever seen a gala outside. Okay, they had a police escort. Baby JC was on the phone crying because it was raining and it was storming. They said he was over there. He said he was gonna get his moments of fame, baby. Okay, Derek, Mike, and Dr. Castaigne was there. Okay, and Derek did look handsome. I will say Derek did look handsome. Okay, now did he give me $5 million? Worth $5 million? Hell no. I didn't see no $5 million nowhere on them. I know money when I see it. I know money when I see it, and it ain't nothing about him that gave me, $5 million when I got $5 million to throw away. That's fool's gold, okay? But he did look handsome, and people told him that he looked handsome, and he said, I know they told me.
I know that's right. I know that's right, bitch.
I know that's right, bitch. You better know. You better know. I will say Pinky. I mean, not Pinky. Derek. Derek is he is real quick on his toes, ain't he? What did Phaedra say? He's a little high strung and a little sassy. He's high strung and a little sassy. He always got something to say. I know that's right. Okay. Cynthia said that she wanted to crown one of the ladies the Tequila Queen. I thought that she would have gave it to Pinky because Pinky had fell out over that drunken shit the night before. You get what I'm saying? But she ended up having the women, saying the women name one by one. And Angela said, I should win because I can handle my tequila better than any of these other ladies. Okay? If Kay gets drunk, she cries. If Pinky gets drunk, she throws up. And if Porsha gets drunk, she fucks somebody's husband.
No, you.
I love it. I love it. Angie, that was so nasty. I love it. I love it. Oh, baby. She say who? She say she gonna do what to who? Let's find out and see. Bitch, please. Who? I love it. I love it. I love it. But baby, better portion than me, girl.
That would have fucked you up.
I fucked you up, girl. Girl, I love it. Porsha, you better not be mad. Porsha, you better not get mad, and you better not try to fight her because I'm jumping in. You better not try to fight her because I'm jumping in. Because all of the stuff because Phaedra's been saying that you a hoe too. Remember this?
Got the pussy for the money. We got the money for the pussy.
Girl, everybody, po PJ. PJ ought to be terrified at school. Oh my God. Baby, I think that we probably should name the show The Real Housewives of Porsha. That's the only thing that we've been talking about all 7 episodes. Okay. But she ended up giving the thank you for the super chat, Lexi Lane. I appreciate it. She said this review was better than the show. Salute. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay. Cynthia said that in the spirit of sisterhood, she gave the Tequila Queen to everybody. Okay. Now, when the gala was over with, the women were leaving. Drew all of a sudden showed up. Drew all of a sudden showed up. And I feel like that Drew only showed up because she knew Dr. Castaigne was there and she knew that he was going to have K. Michelle in control and she wasn't going to be trying to fight her at the gala.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can say what y'all can do what y'all want to do and y'all can say what y'all want to say. K. Michelle ain't crazy, baby. K. Michelle ain't crazy. Do I believe that they was making fun of her puss? I don't believe that they was making fun of her puss. But do I think that Drew and Porsha and maybe Phaedra was trying to connect her or make that a storyline that she has something going on with Black? I really do believe that. I do believe that. There's no way that y'all can convince me any otherwise. And I'm just telling y'all what I feel and what I saw. I really do believe that. I do believe that. Drew has done it before. Okay? But Shamea, this ain't giving $9 million home. What did you get this ponytail, mama? This ain't giving $9 million. This ain't giving. What's good, Mims? Why haven't y'all liked this video? Hype it up too. Hype me up. Hype me up. Lyrics say there's no apply. It's apply, baby. In a bikini. I do too. Yeah, thank you. I really do. I really do believe that. People can change. Who can change? Who can change? All right? But y'all, that's just, oh my gosh, Shamea, I can't believe that you came to the wig. Like, can I ask y'all a question? Did the water from the storm get on Shamea's head? Did it rain on her head and not nobody else's? Why is this? Shamea, it didn't even give you that you even ran your fingers through the bitch. It didn't even give that you ran your fingers through the bitch. What is going on? What is going on? All right? But y'all, thank y'all so much for being here, y'all. That was the episode, okay? Thank y'all so much for being here, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it.